Everyone has a story to tell. So what's yours? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Flash. Today's guest has written for Instyle magazine and Interview magazine. Allow me to introduce to you Tameka Abraham.
I get one applause.
So, you're from the Bronx, right?
Yes, I am.
How's your trip here?
Oh, I came from work. But my travel is a bit long, but it's never that bad. The MTA is not my favorite, but you see the most interesting things every single morning. I promise you that.
So what was it like growing up in the Bronx?
Um, it was interesting. Let me say that. I have like a lot of friends that I grew up with that kept life interesting. I feel like for me, I saw a lot. Let's say a lot of good, and I saw a lot of bad. I'm glad that I saw a lot of bad though, because it made me want a better life for myself. I always told myself that like the things that I'm seeing, I would never want that to be my circumstances, and it also helped me to understand like other people's circumstances. I feel like when you grow up in neighborhoods that are like, let's say like not necessarily poverty ridden or like they have a lot of violence, it makes you more appreciative for life. It makes you understand people more, and it's overall just made me the person I am today. So I'm grateful.
So what got you interested in writing and journalism?
I always had a thing for writing. As a child, my mother put me in a writing program. So I was probably about, I want to say about 7 or 8, and I was in elementary school. I had a lot of time on my hands. So I'm an only child. I have an older half brother, but he has another mother, so he lived with his mom, and I just had a lot of time to myself. So she put me in various things, and writing was one of the things that I wanted to do. So it stuck.
Does you have someone that inspires you as a writer?
Someone that inspires me as a writer. I don't know if this counts, but I want to say Shonda Rhimes. Technically, she is a writer. She's a show writer, but she definitely does inspire me. The way that she sees life from like other sides of the spectrum, and she sees color, she sees black and white, and it's just a wonderful thing. And I don't mean that in a race way, by the way.
So, what is your end goal? Because right now you write, right?
Yeah.
So what's the end goal for you?
The end goal, I ultimately want to go into film writing. So Shonda is one of the people that inspired me, but I can say basically growing up around TV, I feel like especially today, I don't know what it is, but I feel like a lot of kids our age now that like, let's say us, we watch more Netflix, we watch actual like TV shows, and then there's like a generation underneath us and they watch reality TV. Like I grew up on Flavor Flav. I was watching Bad Girls Club. I was watching a whole bunch of stuff I shouldn't be watching, but my parents never let that be the only thing that I was watching. And I have like a friend who has a little sister, and she knows everything we know. So like she knows our rap songs, she knows our TV shows, she knows everything. And it's like I feel like kids, they're missing out on something. So if I can write anything, it would ultimately be like a child or let's say like a teenage TV show.
You used to write for Instyle magazine, right? How'd you get that? How'd that come about?
It's a very funny story how I got that. I had just graduated from Albany, 2017. And it was summer 2017, and I had no plan. So I had graduated from school. I was supposed to go into PR. I realized when I was graduating that maybe that's not what I wanted to do, and I wasn't really sure. Like I wasn't sure or certain. I don't know what I wanted. So I'm just like, all right, maybe I should just take it easy and just kind of figure it out along the way. So I had an internship, and it was unpaid, and it was a beauty internship. So I did beauty PR, and it was working with like Bare Minerals, Boscia, and a whole bunch of other like beauty brands that I didn't really use, but I ended up using in the long run. And I was looking for a new job because where I was unpaid. And I was on LinkedIn, which is very, very, very useful. I'm going to tell you that 100%. It is so useful, and you can really market and brand yourself off of LinkedIn professionally. And I was sending not my resume, but kind of like a blurb about myself to like publications that I would want to write for. So I knew I wanted to write, so I would find like people to like befriend that would ultimately make me professionally better. So let's say editor-in-chief, or let's say like an editor at Complex, or an editor at Instyle, an editor at Essence, an editor at, I don't know, BuzzFeed. And I circulated myself with all these people, and then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to list out one by one who I'm going to contact, and let's just go from there. And I feel like the only bad thing that they can ever tell you is no. Yeah. And I never necessarily, I got no's not based off of my resume. I got no's as in, hey, we're not looking for interns right now, or hey, we're not hiring right now, or maybe I'm not the right person to talk to, you should talk to this person. And I had wrote someone from Instyle who coincidentally was the intern chief. And she was like, I'm actually hiring for interns. You can send me your resume. Wow. So I sent her my resume, and then it took a while, but then I had an interview. And to tell you the truth, that was the worst interview I ever had in my life. I really thought I did not get that job, but then I got the job, and I was really happy about that.
So last but not least, for our viewers that are looking into going into the media industry, what advice would you give to them?
Don't give up. I would honestly say do not give up. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not enough or you're not for this role. There's a lot of people who are older than you, who are stressed out, who are underpaid, who probably understand what you're going through more than you do, but they're just kind of like egotistical and they don't really want to admit that. And I mean that in an honest sense. And a lot of people, you got to think about it. A lot of people nowadays, they're not getting paid what they need to, and they're working a whole bunch of hours, and they're doing like a whole bunch of stuff. And then you have like these new kids coming on the block, and they're like hopeful, they want to do this, they want to do that. And then you have like these grown folk who are like crushing their dreams, like, you know what? This is a hard industry. You got to do this, you got to do that. And I feel like there's no rule to anything. I feel like you have to do what's best for you. So for me, I'm very talkative, and I can hold myself in a conversation. I can find ways that work for me. And I did what's best for me. I hit people up, I worked around it, I interned, I networked, and I ultimately became the person I am today. So like I said, don't give up, and don't let people make you feel like you should give up.
Thanks for being on the show.
No problem.
Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel here and on my social media.